Good day everyone. I am Maria Christine M. Carandang, and today I will be sharing the knowledge I have gained from our course subject on legal basis and procedure and technology. This presentation will focus in the two intended learning outcomes. For the ILO 1, which focus or cover the Philippine laws and government issue ones related to technology. And for the ILO 2, which explore the legal concept, issues, and procedures in technology management. To begin with, under the ILO number 1, focus on the understanding in the Philippines law and government policies related to technology. Some of the most significant laws include the E-Commerce Act of 2000, also known as the Republic Act 8792, which recognized electronic transaction. The Data Privacy Act of 2012, also known as the Republic Act 100-173, which safeguard personal information. And the Cybercrime Act of 2012, also known as the Republic Act 100-175, which addresses online threats like hacking and fraud. Additionally, the Intellectual Property Code, also known as the Republic Act 8293, protects creations such as patent and trademarks, while the Philippine Innovation Act, also known as the Republic Act 11293, aims to foster innovation through planning and policy making, and the Philippine Technology Transfer Act of 2009 promotes innovation and the commercialization of government-funded research. In my forum participation, I discussed how the Philippine Technology Transfer Act of 2009 bridges collaboration between academe, government, and industry to accelerate technology transfer and harness collective expertise for the national development. I also responded to Ma'am Lakbay's statement that the Data Privacy Act of 2012 requires organization to implement strict security measures to protect the confidentiality and integrity of data process. So all cited laws form the backbone of ethical and progressive technology development in the Philippines. As part of our coursework, Professor Chua assigned us a reflection paper analyzing the impact of these laws on technology development, commercialization, and economic growth in the Philippines. My reflection paper focused on Republic Act 155, also known as the Philippine Technology Transfer Act of 2009. So this act promotes collaboration between research institutions and industry, enabling the commercialization of innovation and supporting the national development. So this law enhances my understanding of how institutions work together to develop and commercialize innovation, emphasizing the value sharing for national progress. Moving on the ILO number 2, this outcome centers on legal concepts related to technology management such as contracts, acquisitions, and regulatory compliance. It highlights the importance of agreement such as confidentiality clauses to protect sensitive information, service level agreement to set performance expectation, and intellectual property clauses to secure ownership rights. Regulatory compliance is also important to align operation with the national and international standards. So our class participation deepened our understanding on this concept. Mr. Libau's report covered the intellectual property system to protect the rights of inventors and creators, trademark to distinguish goods and services, and trade secret to protect undisclosed business information. I responded to issues such as the legality of using copyrighted music in political campaigns and agree with the view that using protected materials without permission or without formal consent for the original creator has legal sequences. Mr. Mark Latt's report focused on the intellectual property protection timeline. The patent has the exclusive rights for 20 years provided that the invention is new, involves an inventive steps, and is industrially applicable. For the industrial designs protection for up to 15 years, ensuring that the artistic features of products are safeguarded and the copyright protection for exclusive rights over creative works. For the class forum, I examined how companies use this protection to maintain a competitive edge in the marketplace. To conclude my presentation, the key insight from the ILO 1 and ILO 2 highlights the importance of intellectual property protection, legal compliance in technology management, and strategic contract negotiation that support and protect technological innovation. So understanding these laws equips us with the legal knowledge to support technology progress, commercialization, and economic development in the Philippines. So this is my presentation. I hope it has provided you with valuable insights into the legal aspect of technology. Thank you very much for your listening.